What's going on, everyone? My name is Joseph Reynolds, and today joining me is the man himself, Mr. Burnell, ahead of his next fight against Justin Gonzalez. How are you feeling for that fight, buddy?
I'm good. Thank you. I'm feeling very confident. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And obviously taking a look at this fight, one of the most exciting fights you'll find for that entire weekend that you'll see. How excited are you for going into this matchup, and how do you see this fight playing out a little bit?
I'm super excited, man. I hope it's going to be a fucking banger, just slanging leather with him. And he's a great competitor, so that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, and for this fight, do you see it being 15 minutes of pure action and chaos, or are you going to be looking to get the finish in there amongst everything that could go on?
I mean, I think all fighters you shouldn't play with your food if you understand what I mean. But I'm expecting a tough fight and just going in there and doing me, and whatever happens, happen. Take some, give some, back and forth. I'm ready.
Yeah, and as well, something that's been prevalent throughout your entire career is the level of competition that you've faced and always being game no matter who is put in front of you. Being able to do that and seeing the level that you've been able to get to, how much do you feel as though that's helped you always fighting the best fights that you can get?
I haven't really thought about that, but yeah, it's probably helped me a lot fighting tough competition and also making a move to America and training with like the best guys in the world and all that stuff. Of course, it's been beneficial for me.
Yeah, and then preparing for this fight as well. How has some of that preparation been? Obviously, some of the names that you're training around, you mentioned a little bit of how high level they are and getting that working. How is that when you are preparing for a fight?
How it is? Sorry, my brain was zoning out for a second.
No problem. Obviously, to be able to have the training partners that you do and the preparation going into this fight, how has that been for you?
Oh, it's been super good. Like people pushing me to the limit and having to fight yourself and fight them and stuff like that. I couldn't ask for more. Yeah. It's been great at XC.
100%. And as well, being the man that maybe puts extreme couture in terms of sort of being in that gym and seeing the being a part of it for quite a while. What's that sort of been like to be a part of?
I mean, it's like, what can I say? It's like, I don't know. There's so many different guys coming in and out, and you get so many different looks, and then you got Russians coming in, and then you got people from New York and from England and from all around the world coming in. So it's like an all-you-can-eat buffet of MMA.
Yeah, and to have those different styles sort of come in, obviously each country sort of they prepare a different way, they train a different way. To have those different styles and be able to train with them and work with them, what does that sort of do when adding to your own game, knowing that whatever fighter comes your way, you know you're going to be able to deal with it?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it does. Like just builds confidence and stuff like that. But you also always got to tell yourself there's a difference between training and fighting. So it's good if we know, like if people show up like they're doing training, we know what's gonna happen. But not everybody show up in a fight like they're doing training. So yeah, it's good training with all these different guys, getting different looks, maybe snacking a little technique here and there, and yeah.
Yeah, and as well, sort of looking at this fight, obviously, I'm sure you'll be wanting to bounce back into the win column. And sort of when you are preparing for a fight and looking to get back in there, do you feel as though there's any sort of difference in the mentality going into a fight, or are you able to remain the same no matter what's happened in the past?
For me, the only thing that kind of happened is my training get more structured. So it's not like I do 3 grappling classes 3 days in a row and then my diet changes. That's pretty much the only thing that is like the difference between when I'm in camp and not in camp. I remain the same. I like to joke around. I like to spar a lot. Like, yeah, just I'm the same. Win or lose, whatever. Like fight or no fight, I'm the same old mess.
Yeah, and as well, obviously, you touched on a little bit in terms of how this fight could be, but taking a look at Justin Gonzalez and what he brings to the table for this fight, how do you sort of see this playing out, and what do you feel as though he's going to try and do that in there against you?
Shit, I don't know what he's gonna try to do, but he can do whatever he want to do. I'm focusing on myself. He seems to be a great competitor, tough guy. He can take it, he can give it, and that's what I'm expecting. So yeah, I'm just going in there doing me. I want to make a freaking barn burner of a fight where I can sit back afterwards and crack a beer or six open and be like, God damn, look at that shit. That was a good fight.
Yeah, and do you sort of see this fight being the one that fans are going to be looking at and sort of take the same sort of route that you do, cracking open a beer and thinking how good it was? But is that how you sort of see this fight being the most exciting that you'll find on those weekend?
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, and as well, sort of being able to have these sort of fights and continue to push back up the rankings and get to title contention again. Where do you sort of see a win putting you after this fight, or is that something that you're not even too fussed about?
My calendar ends on April 22nd. I got Justin Gonzalez. Like, that's all I can focus on right now. So whatever happens with the rankings, it's out of my control anyway. All I can do is just go in there and fight and put on great performances and smack people up. And it's not even my decision or as far as I know, Bellator's decision how the rankings go. So I just go in there and do me. And to be honest, I'm not even like, I want the title, but I just want to be active. I want to be active. Just fight. So yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not focused on the title. I'm focused on just being active, and I do go in there and do me, and then it's logic where I'm gonna end up.
100%.
For me, it's like I wish it was like the old school boxers when we were fighting every other weekend. Of course, I know that's not how it works because there needs to be put on shows and all that stuff. It was not as simple. It's not as simple now. It's not as simple now as it was back then, but I just want to be active, man. I love fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
if it was like 45 or 55, like let me fight.
100%. And as well, sort of looking, if you could say how many fights you do have this year, what is an ideal number for you? Or is it sky's the limits, give them as they come along? Is that what you're sort of looking for this year?
How many fights? What? Sorry?
That you'll be looking to get in this year?
Oh, fuck. If I could get, I would be like four a year. That would be good. I think because then you have like 2 months camp, 1 month off, 2 months camp, 1 month off, 2 months camp, 1 month off. So that would be good.
Yeah, and then just a final thing for myself is, what is it that
sorry, but it also depends because if it said it was like a 45 one, okay, mom, but it was like a 55 fight, I could be like having 6 fights a year. I don't like. The only reason I have to like have longer periods in between the fight is to make the weight. Other than that, like 55, give me 3 weeks, man. 2 weeks, I'm good.
There you go. Well, the final thing for myself is, what is it that the fans can expect to see come fight night and even moving forward in the future as well?
A fucking banger. That's what they can expect. This is going to be straight fireworks right out the gate. We coming there to smack each other up and put some blood on the mat and leave it all in the cage.
There you go. That's everything from me. If you'd like to take a chance to sign any sponsors, anything like that, obviously feel free to go ahead.
Go follow me on Instagram.
There you go. You heard the man. Follow him or else.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the time today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Have a good one. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.